30 seconds on our end, but you good? Everyone? Okay.
Can I borrow that Sharpie for a second?
Get in. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. You know where you are. Concordia University's Force Space. Thank you for joining us for the second event of today, Playing with Age, Disrupting Ageism in Design via Playful Platforms and Techniques. Just to let you know, we are streaming to YouTube. We're live from Force Space, located in unceded Indigenous lands in Chichage, Montreal. You kind of know what we do, so I'm going to move past us to let you know that we are running this event as a live stream Zoom meeting. We welcome comments and questions there in the chat, especially for the workshop part of this. So we'll be watching the chat and helping Paula with that part. So feel free to use it. Okay, with that, it's my pleasure to introduce our host for this afternoon, Neo Zora. Welcome.
Paula Gardner is professor in Asperger in Communication Studies and Media Arts at McMaster University. Her work focuses on feminist and intersectional media studies. Paula directs the Pulse Lab, which creates art and technology with diverse communities for social change. Paula is jealous of my good looks, suave demeanor, and ability to control a room.
Oppan Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Oppan Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Oppan Gangnam Style. Hey, sexy lady. Oppan Gangnam Style. Hey, sexy lady.
Am I live? Here we are. Well, I'm not sure I've ever had that type of introduction before. Thank you. What's our robot's name? Now. Thank you, Now. I couldn't keep up with the Gangnam Style. I'm Paula Gardner, and I am so excited to be here at Concordia University. Thanks to Kim Sawchuk and the amazing team here. Thanks to Fourth Space. And really looking forward to this. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. For people online, we've got about 30 people in the room, maybe more. And welcome to you online. Some people are participating from Zoom, and some are participating and watching on YouTube Live. So I'm going to share my screen. And like I just said to the staff here, we'll just see what's going to go wrong, because there's lots of moving pieces today, but we're going to roll with it. Okay, I work with teams at the Pulse Lab at McMaster University. If you want to see our lab, the name is Pulse, P-U-L-S-E, like the pulse of your heart, the pulse of culture, the pulse of electricity. And we explore all of those things intersectionally. So it's Pulse Lab McMaster. And this particular project that I'm going to be talking about later today is called Able Village. And it started years ago where we were trying to use technology to connect people across distances to play. And I'm really invested in play because play is a practice that is essential to the human condition. It's really good for creativity. It's great for problem solving, and we're increasingly using it in the university to solve problems and on research teams to solve problems. Problems like ageism, problems like a lot of technology that's designed for older adults is assistive technology that assumes that there's something inherently wrong with you or increasingly wrong with you, right? And really, older adults are incredibly diverse. We're seeing a diverse array of people in this room. We're diverse in age. We're diverse in ability. We're diverse in gender and sexuality. We're diverse in our cultural backgrounds. We're diverse in the languages that we use. And so when we do research to create stuff with older adults, we need to be working with a diverse group. So I'm really delighted to have this diverse group here today. So a little demo of how it's going to go. I'm not advancing. Oh, I have to play my slides. Should I go out? Oh, it's going forward. Okay, here's the workshop plan. We're going to play a little game that's an icebreaker and to get to know people in the room. It's called Two Truths and a Lie. Then we're going to talk about age myths, and we're going to play true and false. And we're going to be impolite, and we're going to yell out the answers. We're not going to follow decorum. We're just going to have a good time. Then we're going to play some games for creativity. Then we're going to go to Able Platform, and we're going to try to play online together in this room. We're going to pass out some laptops and play some games together. So let's start with me. Two truths and a lie. Now, there are three statements here, and one of them is false. So the first one is, I have a new rescue puppy. The second is, Kim Sawchuk and I have known each other for 2 years now. And the third is, I love outdoor activities. What's the lie? Puppy. The correct answer is, the lie is that, because Kim, how long have we known each other? 20 years? Okay, now Kim, can we pass the microphone to Kim? Because Kim has three statements and we're gonna guess which is false for Kim.
I have been arrested. I owned a horse. I dumped a box of detergent in a public fountain.
Oh. Kim, can you repeat those three statements for us? She's been arrested.
I have been arrested. I own a horse. I dumped a box of detergent in a public fountain.
All right, for those online, we're yelling out all three of those things. We don't believe.
Nobody has guessed. I've never been arrested.
Oh, we assumed you had.
Never been caught.
Okay, we have another, we need the microphone here. We have another participant who's got three statements, one of which is a lie. And if you want to introduce your first name. Yep.
Marguerite. I'm a member of RECA. So I'm a mother. I've fallen from a bicycle and I hate chocolate.
Oh, well, no one hates chocolate.
You hate chocolate.
Yes, you're right. I don't hate chocolate.
Oh, that's the lie. You hate chocolate. Do you want to go? Sure, go ahead. And if you just use your first name to introduce.
My first name is Joy. I'm a Canadian. I went to university in the United States, and I was born in Boston.
What's the lie? Boston. We think you're not born in Boston. Oh, excellent. So now, if we do this, we'll be here for 20 minutes. So what I want you to do is just partner up with somebody in the room, preferably somebody you don't know, and give them your statements, and you can guess what the lie is. So let's just take 2 minutes to do this. So go ahead, partner up with somebody. If you would like to play, go ahead. You don't have to play if you don't want to.
Well, I agree. I love eating chicken. I studied library science.
Do you want to play with someone? Okay, let me turn off my mic. Or actually, maybe people can listen.
Yes.
Is that okay? Okay.
Yeah, for sure. This
All right.
is online? Are they
Yeah,
all hearing me?
yeah, this is on
Okay,
Zoom.
yes.
Okay.
Two truths and a lie. I would have, I teach music lessons. That's one truth or lie. Two, I have 2 pet cats, mom and daughter. And then 3 would be that I have been a teacher at Concordia University.
Oh, do you want to guess the lie? I think you're not a teacher.
At Concordia?
Yeah, at Concordia University.
Yes, that is the lie.
Really?
Yeah.
But where are you a teacher?
I'm a music teacher at a private school.
Oh, very nice. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to
See,
meet you too.
it breaks the ice. Okay, how are we doing? Okay, let's come back. So, the evidence of an excellent icebreaker is this, because everyone's really involved in their conversations now, which is great. All right, let's return to the games. We just created a social group, Kim. Amazing. So there you go. So learning a little bit about each other with a little bit of play breaks the ice. So for people online, everybody in the room is laughing in pairs now and having a lovely time. But I'm going to pull them back to the presentation. Okay. So we're going to go through a little bit of a few slides and some true and false questions. Some of my work, and very connected to Kim Sawchuk's work, is to think about what ageism is and how it manifests in our society. And as a communication studies person, I'm always interested in the images we see online for marketing that depict older adults. And so these are some pretty common pictures. And one of the things we talk about in advertising studies is that very often advertisements present a product that can fix something that is inherently wrong with you, right? So one of my favorite examples is skin soap or facial soap. So nobody has good skin, right? You either have dry skin, oily skin, or mixed oily and dry skin according to marketing materials. The idea being you are inherently flawed, but hey, I've got a product for you, right? And this array of facial cleansers. And so here we're seeing 2 folks on the right, and this is coming from a banking website. And so there's a lot of banking products being sold to older adults and opportunities to remortgage your property to buy more things or to prepare for long-term care. So that's that. And then here we see as another image of an assistive device being sold to an older adult. And one of the things they talk about in advertising theory is that there's a mask of aging theory attached to this. The idea that all older adults, again, I think this is an overstatement, but that older adults believe that they themselves are not aging as much as other people, or that's what they think we believe. And so they give us these images of people that look pretty healthy and awake, right? But again, this is a sales tactic. Thin and healthy. So this is my beautiful mother and her boyfriend. She's in her mid-80s. They might be online right now. Hi, Mom. Mid-80s and later 80s. And this is what their life looks like with different kinds of technologies. So there's the technology of sport. There's the technology of skiing. Here's the technology of drinking wine at a vineyard and having pleasure and socializing, right? And these are the kinds of images I don't think we see so much, because a lot of images are about capturing an ideal moment to sell you a product, right? So here's what happens if you search for older adult tools on Google. You get elderly gadgets, and they're not skis, right? And they're not tennis rackets, they're assistive technologies, right? And so there's a huge market of selling stuff to older adults that assumes what about you?
Well, that you can't bend over and pick something.
That you can't bend over, you can't lift up your cup.
You can't open a jar.
You can't open a jar. You can't walk.
And feet are always cold.
You're cold, you're eternally cold. Right, and so these are the messages then that we get about what aging looks like. So what's wrong with design practices for older adults? And we'll talk a bit about research teams and what they look like. What is that? This is a tool. It is, it's a button threader. It's a button threader. I'm not sure how to, it looks hard to use. It doesn't look like it's got universal design. So myths around who we are as older adults constrains our ingenuity when we're designing. When researchers are working in corporate environments, right, their potentials for imagining are constrained by this idea of what age is, right? So they create assistive technologies. How many of you seen different memory aids that pop into your games to play? They might be tangible objects. They might be crossword, right? Marketed toward older adults. Now, I'm not here to say we don't want memory aids. Memory aids are great, but we are more complex individuals than people that need memory aids and assistive technologies. Lots of tools for aging in place, lots of long-term care tools. We're going to play Name That Device. I had no idea what this is.
Oh, you don't even know.
So there is a pincer on this. No, nose picker we have. So for people online, we have the answers coming in from the floor. Our nose picker, it is not a nose picker. Ear cleaner? No. It grasps. Do you want a clue? One would use it in the bathroom. Yes, it is a personal hygiene assistance tool. Yep. Yes, it is. You put a little wet wipe on there. Okay. Toilet Aid by Juvo, $24.99.
Nobody likes it.
I have the links to the marketplace for this. Okay, what is this assistive device? Earphones. It's a particular kind of earphone. Now, it doesn't help you with conversation. Yep, for ears, television. It will amplify your television. Price? What do you think? Guessing? $129.99. Name that assistive device. It's more than a calendar. It's more than an alarm clock.
To measure your heartbeat.
It's a reminder to take your pills. How much does it cost?
$50.
Can you just set an alarm on your watch? Yes. And this is a bed handle, 44. Okay, so you get the point, right? Here is an older adult tracking device. Yes, so your adult children can track you if they deem that you need tracking, right? So here are the different kinds of digital tools that we see readily marketed to us. So what do these assume? What are some of the assumptions? Ready for the old folks' home.
You always fall down.
Always fall down.
You can't reach your ass.
Can't reach your bum. Can't reach your bum. We forget things.
But you're like, that you have a lot of money to blow on.
Well, that you have a lot of money. And of course, a lot of people don't have a lot of money, right? And a lot of these tools for me kind of suggest that they're assuming we're alone, right? And so you need to be completely independent. And this is one of the problems that a lot of older adults talk about, is that they actually feel isolated and don't feel included and invited. I think this is a very unique event, what we're doing at Concordia here, that we all come together to be together and socialize and learn together, right? Lots of older adults want that. It's also a suggestion that we are passive and we need to be monitored and watched and possibly tracked, right? So we get older and we're passive. We're not active decision makers in our own lives. So here's a definition of ageism, right? And this is one of the older classic theorists on aging, reflects a deep-seated uneasiness on the part of young and middle-aged people, a personal revulsion and distaste for growing old, for disease, disability, fear of powerlessness, uselessness, and death. Now, that's very grim. I think ageism, I hope we can talk about this more, but I think it manifests in more than distaste and revulsion, right? But it also manifests in talking down, not asking for advice, not including, right? And then these become habits that we think are normal things, when in fact, these are constructed practices. These are social construction. Practices of social discrimination. So here's different forms of ageism in action: job discrimination, isolation, being ignored, not being asked for your opinion, hostile humor. I often say I think that ageism is one of the last acceptable forms of discrimination, right? We balk at gender discrimination, we balk at sexuality discrimination, right? But racial discrimination, but boomer, young people will often laugh at that joke, right? Politics, we're accused, and this was brought up in the presentation, Kim, yesterday morning with Rekha. And I think it was the journalist or the documentary filmmaker who was talking about older adults being accused of draining public resources, right? And then in healthcare, lots of experiences of being over-medicated, right? Underdiagnosed, missing particular diagnoses, excluded from decision-making, et cetera, et cetera. Anything else you want to add to this list? So she just said treating elderly people as if they are, don't understand, won't understand. And so the doctors especially, even
like people, clerks, for example.
Clerks in stores.
The bad word. They don't understand anything.
Yeah, like we're not understanding, yeah.
Lack of tolerance.
That we're intolerant.
Intolerance, yeah. Let's say I don't speak well English because I am Spanish.
Yes.
They won't even, the moment they hear that I have an accent.
So the speaker is saying she speaks with for some people you speak with an accent, not to everyone.
Some people may like that.
Right, and discrimination, and they don't want to wait to
They
hear.
don't want to waste
Yeah,
their time
yeah.
trying to pay attention.
Do we have a microphone? That's great, thank you. No. I believe it.
Does it work?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay. Okay. I had a horrible experience. I had an accident. Anyway, I had to go and see another doctor. I said, Glenn, I walked in, and the first thing he said to me, without naming my name or using his name, do you know where you are?
Oh.
And wait, you know what I did?
What?
I got up.
Yeah.
I said, I know that I don't want to be here. And I walked out.
I know I'm leaving. Brilliant. We'll take one more. Did you have?
What shall I do with this now?
Over here.
Oh,
Thank you.
Does it work? I also feel like in media, there's oftentimes a very limited number of types of roles that you will find older adults in, kind of pigeonholed into certain kinds of characters, and oftentimes are not considered acceptable leads to a story. So that's something I've noticed.
Right, and so if we see in media only particular roles assigned to older adults, like the doting grandmother or caregiver, then those are the associations we make. Yeah, very good point. Oh, we are incapable. Thank you, Ruth. Yeah, and linked to that we don't have something to contribute. And that's one of the biggest complaints I hear from older adults is this assumption that you're completely in a passive position, as opposed to you bring a lifetime of experience and skills that can really benefit multiple generations. This is a book that I'm very excited about. This is Becca Levy. She's from Stanford. And she has written a book and done a lot of research. And she has tracked ageism and how we internalize ageism, and finds that ageism produces aging. Ageism it decreases longevity and increases illness. So think about, for example, you go to the department store and you need to reach something on a high shelf. And you're an older adult and people come around and, can I help you? And can you reach that, right? And they're worried that you can't. And then you start to think, oh, well, maybe I can't, right? And as you internalize these maybes, right, you start to pull back and do less and less. You might go out less. If people think they're worried about you getting onto the bus, for example, maybe that's dangerous. So we start to internalize it. That creates isolation, reduces mobility, and actually increases the potential for health problems, for depression, and for being isolated and alone. All right, now we're going to play true and false questions. And you can just yell it out. Yell out the answer. Most older adults are frail. False. I'm with a very learned group here. People are much more likely to age well than to become decrepit and dependent, and disabilities with aging are declining. Most older adults are cognitively impaired. False. Actually, some cognitive skills improve with age. Did we know this? Problem-solving skills. Think of how many problems you've solved in your lives. You have advanced skills that younger people and middle-aged people do not have. Ability to advise on complex scenarios. And across age, vocabulary, reading, and verbal reasoning are unchanged or even improve. Right? This is not publicly known, right? But this is the case. Genes determine if we decline as we age. All right, we're wondering, people online, we're wondering in the room about this one. Okay, false. And hey, if you're online, you can write false and true in the chat. We're watching your messages. Genes are not destiny, right? And we know this. We know that lifestyle can keep genes at bay. So if you have a gene for Alzheimer's disease, for example, exercise and cognitive engagement can sort of keep it dormant. It'll just sort of sit there. Neuroplasticity and regeneration occurs across the lifespan. Kim was doing regeneration this morning with plants and wondering, can we regenerate? Do you remember that, Kim? And I thought, oh, yes, Kim, we can. Our neurons regenerate as we age. And we'll talk a bit about how that happens, but guess what the answer is? Healthy living, socialization, moving, being happy. And back to Becca Levy, positive age beliefs are 15 times more effective in improving your cognition. So believing that you have something to contribute, believing that you're a great problem solver, right? Believing that you are a decision maker in your healthcare and you're going to insist on that, that actually helps you to age well. It does more work than your genetic makeup. Yeah. As we age, our reaction time increases. True or false? We're thinking false. Somebody's got a true. It's true. I just learned this yesterday. Reaction time increases. So you think about all of these biases against older adult drivers, for example, right? No, reaction time is the interval between onset of stimulus and completion of a response, hitting a brake pedal. Adults show large increases in response time when aging. We have colleagues at McMaster who have driving simulators to keep older adults driving. And so one of the things we know is you just have to keep those skills fresh, right? Yeah. I already told you this answer. Negative age beliefs do cause aging. Age stereotypes, older adults with more positive stereotypes experience better cognitive functioning, reduced risk of disability and cardiovascular disease, less accumulation of Alzheimer's biomarkers, lower stress, and increased longevity. Just how we think. Intellectual performance holds up well into our older ages. It is true. Modest interventions also can help with intellectual decline. There's a little bit of decline in the 60s and 70s, but it's minor and it doesn't have anything to do with competence, right? And in the 80s, very different across bodies, right? And how we live and what your genetic markers are and what your age beliefs are, right? But if you keep up health, right? And cognitive exercises, engaging lifestyle, have flexible attitudes, and have a reasonable status, so you have fresh food, right? Then actually your cognitive, intellectual performance can be quite strong and continue to be quite strong. Our ability to learn declines as we age. False. Those who regularly practice skills maintain them across the lifespan. And learning performance can be improved with instruction. I think that's true for all age groups. Positive age beliefs improve healing from illness and injuries. Everyone gets it now. Everyone's like, yes. Increased healing from mental and physical problems and leads to more brain regeneration and neural growth. Older adults don't use technology. Here's the rates. So look at that increase from 2000 to 2013, from about 14% up to over 50% for 59% of seniors, and for all adults, it's 86%. So this was a study that showed that some older adults are lagging behind. Some older adults pick and choose technology, right? But there's a lot of use. A lot of cell phone use, a lot of internet use, a lot of internet broadband use. Once older adults get online, they stay online. So this is not surprising, right? Because there's a little bit of a learning gap for all of us. And once you overcome that gap, you stay online. That's an older study, that one. Here are some of the common digital technologies used by older adults. Banking, health records, smartphones, tablets, computers, telecommunications like Zoom that we all got to use during the pandemic, and digital voice assistants in the house. A lot of older adults are using these. One other thing of interest, right, that one of the things that does decrease the use of technology by older adults is income level and education level. So if you have more education and more income, it stands to reason that you'd have more access to these tools and maybe more communities that can help you to learn to use these tools. Do older adults seek assistance to learn to use technology? Sure, of course, because we grew up with different technologies. So you get a new one, you learn to use it. There's a lot of research that shows, in fact, older adults are very curious about all kinds of technologies, healthcare technologies, but also communication technologies. Okay, we're getting to the end of the quiz. We become more rigid and uncreative as we age. This room says no. In fact, the quality of our creative work sustains across lifetimes. And very interesting statistic that thinkers like historians and philosophers who accumulate knowledge do their best work in their later years. And artists as well, yeah. So there's all good news here, right? So Kim and I just put out a proposal to a conference and we named it Brazen Aging, because a lot of folks use the term aging gracefully. And you know, I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to be more graceful as I grow up. I'm trying to be more active, more creative, right? Grace, maybe sometimes, right? I want to be more creative. So here are all the things that you probably know, right? Social engagement, good diet, moderate activity, even slow activity like Tai Chi has enormous benefits on physical and emotional health, and it can be for 10 minutes. There was a study 2 years ago that showed doing Tai Chi for 10 minutes a day dramatically improves mobility and mood. Get routine medical care if you have the luxury of that. Build social support networks. I know you all knew how to do that because you all came out for this workshop, right? And keep learning and having joy. So one more thing, true or false? Research about and with older adults tends to predominantly include wealthy, English-speaking white women. It's true. And you know, some of us in the aging research world, like me and Kim and other people in this room, are trying really hard to find ways to make research hospitable to people of color, people of diverse sexualities, and we all know that historically, research has not always been welcoming or fair or safe for people of color, for queer people, and so a lot of people are hesitant to enter into. And for people who aren't wealthy, right? Absolutely. Researchers tend to advertise at doctors' clinics, for example. Who gets to go regularly to doctors' clinics? People who are connected with bucks. And so we're doing a lot of work on how, not just how to spread out our flyers to recruit more, but how to relay that, number one, this is a safe place. Number two, you can correct our research when we're doing it wrong, right? Number three, what is number three? And the other thing is, you know this, where they call it a senior moment? The research shows that there's no such thing as a senior moment. We all have these moments because it's a retrieval problem. So don't believe that either. How to make it more hospitable, right? And the other thing is, one thing I always do with research is I say, look, we're making information about health and about what kind of designs of games that you want. So we need all of your opinions so that this thing works for you. So otherwise, your community, who you represent, is left out of design. That's the reason to join a research project, especially if you're not necessarily a white, English-speaking, white, wealthy woman. Okay. So, how are we doing with time? We're good. Okay. We're transitioning now into, okay, how do you do better and more playful research? And again, why do I care so much about play? Play is an essential human practice. We don't get to do it so much as older adults. Very few people will invite you to play a game, maybe a card game, right? But you know, we don't get invited to so many play opportunities. Play produces joy, it helps us to learn, it helps us to adapt, and it helps us to solve problems. All right, so now we're gonna play. We're gonna play the circle game. This is a competition. Can I get some help passing out the papers? I've got help here. So, first we're gonna pass them out, and then I'm gonna tell you what the game is. Because thank you. If I tell you now, you're gonna start thinking. And here, we can pass out some pens and some pencils. Okay. Okay, so people online, we're passing out a piece of paper that has 15 circles on it. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it has 20 circles on it. This is going to be a race. So get comfortable. You're going to be drawing. So if you're sitting on a chair, you're going to want to get a book on your lap or come join us at a table over here. You need a table to... Oh, the pencils? Pencils are coming. It is a competition. You're all competing with each other. Thank you, Ruth. Ruth said, younger people keep me thinking much younger. Me too, Ruth. Okay, if you are sitting on a chair, you're going to want a hard surface to write on. There's a few seats over here at this table. If anybody wants to come over here. Do you want to sit at the table over here? Okay, you ready? You ready to hear the rules? Okay, you need to make a different object out of every circle, and it's a race. The first one to win wins. Anything. They can't be the same. I mean, you might make a cake out of one, but the rest of them can't be a cake. Now, go. Let's see how fast the first person can finish it. Well, you're all fast. It has to have something to do with a circle, the object, right? Sorry, do you need a new one? It has to be a circle-like object, like maybe it's the middle of a flower. Oh, do you need more? I'm sorry. Here. I'm sorry. Oh. I'm sorry. I'm not very good at explaining that. Maybe you could adapt them. Maybe you can decide, like, look, like, that's a ball, that's a flower. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's problem solving. It's using the right side of your brain, right? Getting those creative juices going. Pencils, yeah. You're welcome. Right, so the circle should play some role in your image, right? Oh, a few people are down to only a few circles. Done? We have a winner! All right, are you ready to explain? Do they all have to do with the circle? Oh, is that like a dime? Oh.
10. Is it a circle?
Yeah, the circle's supposed to play a role, like it's supposed to be like the middle of a flower or a sun or something. I'm sorry, I didn't explain it very well. I think you've actually done it in many ways, though. All right, let's do it. I know, I didn't explain it very well.
So it's supposed to be in part of the design.
Yes, I should have had you explain the game.
Oh, okay. Well.
And, okay, you come up with me. We're going to explain your circles. Can we do that? Okay. I think I'm a terrible game officiant. Okay, so the circle's supposed to be part of your shape, right? Like it's a sun. You turn it into a sun. And here we have a winner. I do believe. We might have 2 winners. I mean, we should have a winner for the old rules, too. Here, we're going to make you a winner, too. No, but you also won with the rules I gave, so let's come up. Let's come up. Okay, so here we have, do you want to explain your shapes?
Happy face, love, kiss, wrong road. Again,
Like a sign.
Happy face,
sad face, maybe face, ball,
tic-tac-toe,
traffic lights.
traffic light.
Very nice. What else do we have? What other variations do we have? You have lots that do both. Do you want to say? That looks like a dime to me. That's a face with glasses.
That's a camera lens.
That's a camera lens. That's a bicycle. Ring. Oh, I think it's a ring.
That's a plate.
Yeah, you did it. Yeah, you did it.
Flowers.
Absolutely.
Fish with
What
a
else do
bubble-
we have?
bubble umbrella. Have you got that?
Umbrella we didn't have.
Umbrella, donut.
A donut.
Yeah.
We got a sun.
We got a,
We've-
that's a basketball hoop.
A basketball hoop. Very nice.
This is a button, a button.
A button. Very nice.
I've got
baseball. A cracked mirror.
What do you call it, targets?
Oh, a target. Yeah. Yep.
Flower, dream catcher, sun.
Dream catcher, sun, cloud, apple.
Bicycle wheel and a birthday cake.
Bicycle wheel, birthday cake. These are all genius. Who's got something else? Oh, a bagel, a headlight, an iPad. I love it. A ring, a water noodle. A water noodle, like what Kim gave in the last workshop. A wheel. There's all kinds of ingeniousness going on in this room. I love it. Eyeballs, flowers, a ball. Lots of people making a ball. I know, we're stealing. Well, theft is part of art. Very nice. All right, well, thank you for playing the game and for putting up with my very poor instruction. Do you trust me to go on to the next one? Yes. You staying with me? Okay. How are we doing? What do we have until 3:30? A belly button. Oh, thank you, Jean. Ruth finished. I don't know. Ruth, you might have been close to winning. Ruth, people online, do you want to share any other circle images that you made?
I had a pussycat face.
Jean is alone with belly button. Thank you, Jean. I love that. Put it in the chat if you've got things we didn't come up with. All right. Reverse 21. For this one, we need 2 people to leave the room. We need volunteers to leave the room. Okay, who wants to go with what's your name? Wendy. Who wants to go with Wendy? Okay. All right, so you can't listen to us. So maybe you can go out down the corridor and have a chat about your truths and lies. Excellent. Okay. So you know the game 21 questions. Is it an animal? Is it a mineral? Is it yellow? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. We're going to reverse the game, but we're not going to tell them that we've reversed it. And so we're going to look for something in the room. Don't tell us what it is, and come up with it. And they're going to come in and ask us questions, right? And as they ask questions, they're going to have some. How does this go? They're going to have an image in their mind of what the thing is, right? And when they say, is it an animal? If your thing is not that, you have to change in your mind what the image is. And eventually, we're all going to be thinking about the same thing in the room. Okay, let me do it again. All right, my colleague at OCAD University is Suzanne Stein, and she teaches creative techniques, and these games roll off of her tongue, and she gave these to me. Okay, so they are going to come in the room, and they're going to play. I have something in their mind, right? So one of them will say to the other, one has an image, and we ask the question. right? Is it an animal? And they'll say no, right? And you also have an image in your mind. And so if yours is an animal, then you keep it, right? Is it black, right? And so eventually, like suppose it's one of those robots, we're all gonna end up with the same image in our mind, but they're gonna watch us acting strange and they're gonna wonder what's going on.
We all have a different object.
Yep, everybody think of an object.
They're thinking we all have the same object. Right?
Yes,
Okay, got it.
okay. Or they're, no, they don't know, but they're gonna watch you change in your mind.
Okay.
Like, oh, wait,
Right.
okay.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
So we have
I think so.
one thing in our mind.
Yeah, one thing, but as they answer the question, you answer the question too. You know what? Can we take a 2-minute break? I have to pull up these instructions so I get it right. I knew something was gonna go wrong. Hold on. Just relax. I'm gonna explain this correctly. Hold on. Did you? All right, help me. Help me.
The way I understand it, we each have an object.
Yes.
And when they're asking questions, we answer ours. If it's black, this person says hers is black. The other person says, no, mine's not black. It's something else. And they continue asking questions until it goes all the way around.
Right. So they're the askers.
Yes.
And let's do it. Let's just see. I love your enthusiasm. Okay, thank you. Group effort. Okay, here we go. Let's bring the folks back in the room. Can we go get them? Okay. Well, we're just going to wing it because everyone here is, they're experimental.
We'll know when they get there.
Okay. Oops. Okay, you guys, you're going to need a microphone.
I can go first. I don't know what we're doing, but sure we'll manage. Reverse 21.
I know. Here, okay, let's just do that. Okay, you can be comfortable. Okay, so we all have an image in our mind of a thing in the room, and you're going to ask us questions, and you're going to try to guess what image we have in our minds. Okay? So you can say, is it an animal? Okay, like 20 questions. Right, right. All right, so go ahead. You can. We have an image.
And so the image could be anything.
It could be anything in this room.
Anything in this
yes,
room?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so we ask questions one after the other?
Yeah, it's just nicer to do it in pairs. That's why I put you in a pair. Okay, wait a minute first. Does everybody have an image?
Yes.
Okay.
The same image? Everybody has the same?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we'll start with. So, okay. So we.
It has to be a yes/no question.
Okay. Okay. Is it okay? Is it something that is to your right in the room? Like you, like I mean you, the presenter.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so on that side of the room. Okay. Oh, good question. Okay, is it a human being?
No.
No. Okay. Good question. Okay, would you say that it's something technological?
No.
Oh, so conflicting answers. Okay, so maybe. I'm gonna ask about the size. Is it larger than a cat?
Is it larger than the cat?
Yes.
No.
Okay, it might depend on the cat, but an average cat.
Is it part of one of the exhibitions or displays?
Yes.
So it's okay. So it's maybe technological. It's small. It's somewhere over there. Okay. Is it? Does it have multiple colors?
Yes.
Multiple colors.
Okay, I'm gonna let them in on the rules. So I think I see how this works. So we're playing a game with you.
Oh.
Okay. And the game is I have an image, and so I'm answering the questions, and they have a different image in their mind, and they have to keep changing it so that it answers the questions that I'm answering are yes. That's how it works.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so you're all gonna guess my object. Because so what do we know so far? It's on that side of the room. It's smaller than a cat.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to do with technology, but it is part of the display. What else was there? It does have multiple colors.
It's smaller than a cat?
Oh, it depends which cat we're talking about. It might be smaller, and it might be some of those animal. No, it's potentially bigger than the cat. No, it's bigger than the cat. Sorry. That cat is pretty big.
I don't think we have to do anything now. That's to them to figure out.
I'm not sure. Maybe we still have to ask questions?
Yeah, you have to figure out what it
They're going
is.
to keep changing their mental images to match.
Because they're all going to come to my image. It took us a while. It took me a while to figure out how to play my game.
It's not one of. Is it one of the bots?
No.
Okay.
That is a good guess.
It's not a bot.
It's not.
Is it made of paper?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it bold?
No.
Is it one of the zines?
No.
No.
Is everybody changing and starting to see what it is? Cool.
We could, yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna go explore.
Well, it could be anywhere in this part of the
So
room.
if you're staying with us on Zoom,
Yeah.
and you're not fed up with my gaming instruction yet, they're wandering around the space looking for the object that we're all imagining now.
Could it be the logo, the ACT logo?
It's the logo. How many people had the logo? Yay! It worked! It worked! Thank you for being good sports, and thank you. All right. All right, so that's reverse 21, and now we all know how to play that game. All right. We have about a half an hour, and I'm not sure if we have enough time to play this game. This is called Two-Card Challenge, and it has instructions written down. So the instructions are, you are who you actually are. You're not pretending to be somebody else. And you are where you are. You're here, you're in Montreal, living whatever life you live. And you're thinking about how to innovate based on how changes in the environment around us. And so we're gonna make a list of positive changes and negative changes. And you're gonna sit in pairs, and you're gonna each bring one card, one positive, one negative. And you're gonna put them together and think about how they relate to each other. And then you're gonna think about two responses. And one is a positive response that can improve the situation, and one is a negative response. So let me give you an example. Positive things could be a yoga studio offers inexpensive memberships. A grocery store opens across the street. Your family buys a condo in Florida that you'd be invited to. Your friend offers to teach you to garden. Negative could be ice storm, internet goes down, the garbage stops picking up, somebody who helps you gets ill, your doctor retires, the family sells the cottage. You can add to these things. Think about things that would improve your life and that would make your life harder. And then sit down with a friend and talk about the relationship between those things. And one thing you can do to make it better, and one thing you can do to stop that from happening, right? So one is a positive action, and one is to stop something from happening. So this is kind of creative problem solving, and you're going to do it in pairs. And the technique here is that the more you work together, the faster you get at this. So first we give you 7 minutes. We don't have enough time to do it 3 times, but you would do it for 7 minutes, then for 5 minutes, and then for 3 minutes, and you would figure out your answers together really quickly. So it's about partner-based problem solving. We have till 3:30, right? I'm thinking maybe I'm also thinking we have the Able digital games, and we really want to show you the Able platform. So maybe we'll come back to this game at the end, and we'll go on to Able. Does that make sense?
Can we do it for like 3 minutes?
Yeah, you want to do it for 3 minutes? Yeah, sure. Okay, so I think the easiest way to do this is get in pairs and think about, just make up something, like what could be a good thing that happens in your life and what could be a negative thing. And think about how to slow down the negative thing or to improve it, right? How to stop it or to do something to improve it. This is a wide open game. So
It has to be about better.
It's anything in your environment, and it could be a bad thing that happens and a good thing that happens that is going to change your life, right? So you want to come up with solutions. So how can I decrease the impact or make the bad thing go away? Right? I mean, so suppose the thing is your doctor just retired, and you can imagine all the problems. It's hard to get a doctor. You don't like whatever doctors come up, right? Or maybe it's a good thing, right? And so you think about that in connection with a good thing that happens, right? And try. No, like something else unrelated. And then talk about what does my life look like? And then you start thinking about, well, maybe, yeah. It's just about innovative problem solving. Everybody's jumping in. Huh? I have a group of gamers. They came to play. People online, go ahead and try this on your own. Thanks so much. Well, when we were gone, I was forgetting how to play the game, so they were helping me. We'll get ready with, let's see if they're still working. All right, Sue promised me this is a speed round, so are you getting close?
Ask him to increase the maintenance.
2 minutes?
Without raising the rent. Stop vandalism, because that often put up signs to stop people vandalising and jumping up and down and the buttons. Is there supposed to be a link between the two, the positive and the negative, or is it just completely different?
Well, I mean, I think you're supposed to think about them as how they together impact your life. Some connection.
Well, they together impact your life.
Well, yeah, and yeah.
They're different, but we came up with a separate.
Yeah, because it says taking into account these two issues, so you're supposed to look at the entire
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you'll find a connection and sometimes not.
Tuition and a broken elevator.
Like,
yeah,
you know.
Actually, you don't need if you go do a MOOC, you get the cheaper tuition and you don't need the elevator because you're not going out.
See, it's that kind of thing, right? Or maybe your doctor retires, but you learn to bake cakes, and his friend loves cakes. So you bring a cake and you get
You bring cake to the doctor's...
I don't think so. I think it's just about,
cakes to the doctor's friend?
I don't know. I'm just blue skying.
No, but it's good to do it separate, but it's also good to try and link them up.
To link them
It
up.
makes you think more creatively outside the box.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it does.
All right. Do you guys want to talk about yours?
Pardon?
Do you want to give you the microphone?
No, there you go.
You have to. Okay. So this was a speed round because we do want to get to Able Village, but if I can get the microphone. So we have two things that happen in our lives. One's negative, one's positive. Sometimes you can think about the two of them, there might be a relationship, but either way, we want to hear one way to decrease the negative impact of the negative and one way to make an improvement. And it could be with either one of the trends. So does anybody want to talk about their two words and their trends? And I'll take the microphone. Awesome. You can do it. Oh, yeah. Okay. We're sharing. Who wants to share? Do you want to share your two words? Right here. Go ahead.
Free public transit.
So tell us what your two trends were.
Well, the free public transit for people who are 65 plus, that's a positive. Because it gets people out more. Like now they've actually shown that many people 65 plus are really using public transit.
Right.
The negative is that it's a 2-year pilot project. So next July 1st it ends. So we don't know where it's going afterwards.
Connected, nice. So what do you propose as some kind of response?
Well, public pressure. Maybe we, get the Quebec government doesn't want to subsidize. She said herself it's not her job to subsidize STM. But maybe the feds could get involved. I know it comes out of the city budget, so we'll see what happens with that.
Campaign, okay, nice. And anything that improves, and that's a benefit or a positive innovation and a responding to the negative impact. Great, yeah.
My name is Olga.
I don't think we can hear you, Olga.
I don't know how to talk.
Yeah, just right into there.
Close.
Perfect.
I had an accident in October 21 and construction worker renovation new clinic. I break 2 ribs.
Oh.
It was trauma life for 6 months. COVID-19, lost doctor. And I stay isolated. I was to the end, very empty. I prepared even my funeral.
Oh.
I went to the church and asked priest, I'm going away. I won't be here a long time. I want my funeral. I inform my sister. He tells me, not now. I feel better. I have a nephew, he's doctor. He was communicate with me.
Mm-hmm.
They helped me. He sent me ticket to change. He live in US. I was so weak. I lost the weight. I cannot sleep. Accident in front of me. The doctor, I went to clinic. They sent me to psychiatrist. They told me no suicide, but I don't have no interest of all for life. Through my nephew conversation with 2 doctors, they are twins, they very nicely helped me step by step. I look better way. I don't look negative.
Oh, nice,
He
Olga.
suggests me to get out. He sent me ticket to go to US. I was very weak. I cancel. Then I decide after 3 months, I fly. I cannot give ticket in the garbage.
Yeah.
I took Air Canada to see first grandchildren. It was very highly hospitality with the family. Feel me good. I stand up. I start to move. I'm senior. Next month, I'm 90 years old.
Bravo.
I'm very active. I'm enjoying and volunteering. I was working volunteer in general. I'm in Concordia
Oh,
for
can I?
15 years.
Thank you so much, Olga. I think what Olga just gave us were so many solutions to a couple of problems, right?
My problem, I find
Hobbies.
my art,
Yep.
I love it.
And she came out for this workshop and she brings her art and displays it over here. So definitely check out Olga's art. So art, mobility, having a family doctor is a benefit.
Hearing aids, positive, which says awareness of people who don't hear well. And that's not only the elders. Young people also suffer from hearing problems, especially those ones that listen to very loud music. They also have hearing problems. So the negative, what is it? You tell?
The negative was not being aware of it. And the positive could be that, for example, when we sit at the same meetings, I suggested that maybe we should use microphones.
Right. So people can't hear you, so you bring in some devices and awareness. You think about it. Very nice.
But this is awareness at every level.
Awareness at every level. Yeah.
But you know, most people keep to themselves.
I feel like this workshop could be a workshop unto itself. I love this. Let's do one more and then let's go to Able Village.
One of the things was the doctor retiring. I think this is a problem for many of us. And to mitigate that, we can go on the Government of Quebec website and put ourselves on a list. And there's a phone number actually to call. So, yeah.
So there's a waiting list if you don't have a doctor. So many solutions. I feel like we should pass around a Google Doc and people could add their solutions to problems and share with the group afterwards. Maybe we could do something like that. I don't know. Yeah? Okay. So as usual, I have done too much in a workshop, but we're going to keep going. Are you okay? Okay. Able Village. So Able Village is a project that, why am I talking into this? I have microphone on. Able Village is a project that is a website where it's designed to be highly accessible. We originally designed it with older adults and medical staff and caregivers who were working with people with mild or moderate cognitive impairment. And we did that in order to create a site that everyone could use. So we start from the bottom up with sort of universal design. So we're going to give you the opportunity to come onto the website and play games together. So the way it works is at first you won't see this because we've set the games up so that it's fast, but it's got onboarding like if you have Apple devices and you've ever plugged in your Apple device, it tells you what to do. Hi, welcome to Apple. Push this button, and then you get to the next frame. That's what this is. This is my neighbor Judith, and she walks you through, hi, welcome to Able Village. Here you can play games online with people who are far away, and you play in real time together. Hit the button. Write your name down, hit the button. Write the name of the room that your family or friend gave to you. So we've made up some rooms already for these tablets. And so when you get the room, it's going to have a name that probably is not yours, which is fine. And you're either going to have the apple room, the mango room, or the orange room. The most important thing to know is that the games on this website here on the select game bar, you click that button and there's a list of games: tic-tac-toe, word search, drawing, and painting. And everyone in your room will move to that game if anyone clicks tic-tac-toe, for example. So if you're in Mango and somebody else that's in Mango clicks tic-tac-toe, you're all going to be dumped into tic-tac-toe and you're playing. And on the touchpad, you can just use your finger to make an X or an O, and you'll be playing with someone. So we're going to split up the tablets so you don't know who you're playing with. So we're going to, can we move bring the tablets around? So just make sure that every table has 2 different tablets. And I'm going to endeavor to share all of this on my screen. And we are going to, again, have a competition. All right, so let's see how it goes. Now, there's not enough tablets for everybody, so you can work in pairs and we can pass them around the table. All right, so you see, I've got the 3 games open because I want you all to see what's going on. So you see, I'll show you. See, when you click on select game, you get these buttons. And then if you click on one, I just moved everybody in Mango room.
Can we get a passcode?
A passcode. Oh, if you're getting on your own, those are our devices. Oh, it's Act Lab. It just signed us out of Act Lab. Act Lab. It just signed us out.
All one word?
All one word. Yep.
How do you get to the room?
If you type Act Lab.
ACT?
Yes. There we go. Good. You want to come here? Yeah.
All right, so Apple, I'm moving you over to tic-tac-toe. Did you just see okay, if you did that, you're playing with Apple. And I'm not going to tell you who's Apple. Okay, here, somebody, why don't you guys start? So it's your turn. Are you Apple? Oh, it's on the back. Oh, orange, okay. So okay, you guys are both. Mango, orange, apple, mango.
I know, but who is playing over us? I don't know.
Well, this is the thing, right? You can erase each other.
Oh, is that what happens? Okay, so somebody
Yeah,
over us.
right? All right, let's see what's going on with mango. All right, mango. I'm going to switch you, mango. Oh, mango's working. All right, mango, you are collectively trying to find all of those words. Oh, mango's doing it fast. Go, mango. Okay.
Okay, we just won our game.
Okay, I'm going to move us to paint. Okay, if you are orange and you hover, this is like those old watercolor games you would play in the car with your kids where you just dip the paint in the water and it erases. So, orange, I would like you to collectively paint that picture as quickly as you can. If you're in orange. Is orange with me? All right, let's go back here. Oh, here we go, Apple's painting. All right, let's have everybody paint the picture and see who wins. Let's start again. All right, I'm gonna start you again. Okay, hold on. Nobody go until I say. I'm starting everybody. We're gonna start, no cheating. Okay, here we go. We're all gonna go back to paint. All right, and then here, I'm gonna start you. All right, again, there's no prize. You just win bragging rights. Okay, on your mark, get set, paint. Let's see who finishes fast. Go, go, go. Oh, orange, you gotta move. Who's doing orange? Are you with me? Is orange not with me? There you go. Go, apple. Oh, mango. I think it's gonna be mango. Oh, mango. It's mango for the win. Okay, now we're going to move everybody to draw. And did you ever play the game Exquisite Corpse? We call it exquisite creature here in our aging research, right? So exquisite creature is you take turns drawing a picture, but you don't decide what it's going to be. So somebody makes a mark, and then the next person makes a mark. So again, apple's playing with apple, mango's playing with mango, and orange is playing with orange. And let me show you something nice. You see this color pad? Oops. If you hover on the color pad, you can change a color. So go down here and see, I just changed to purple. So apple, I'm gonna start you off with that shape. Okay, apple's got a shape. And here I've got, okay, orange has got that shape. That looks like poop. I didn't mean to do that, but it does. Oh, and mango's already doing it. Oh, that is an exquisite creature. Let's see what apple's doing. Very nice. Who's got orange? You've got orange. So I'm not with you. Oh, here, let me refresh it. Sometimes if one person joins later, or it could be that it doesn't like that I'm on so many games. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sign out, and I'm gonna sign back in with a different name. So here, I'm gonna introduce you to Judith here, if you're wondering. Here's what Judith sounds like. Oh.
Able is a website where you can play games with your family and friends. We're going to work through this together. I'll help you get started. With Able, you can draw.
Oh, we've got reverb.
Play.
Okay, so I'm going to call myself Bob. And I'm going to go to orange.
That was provided to you by your friend or family. And select a game by friend or family. And select a game by friend or family.
Am I with you? Oh. Am I with you? Oh. There we are. We are now. There we are. We are now. Okay. There we are. We are. I'm going to show you one other thing as a feature of the website. So you can imagine if you're playing with your family, your children in remote places, and you're doing this, you might want to talk to each other. So instead of having to open your phone or turn on Zoom, this here is called a Jitsi platform. It's essentially Zoom. And you can turn on the audio and the video, and you can see each other. So you can you can help people to get online and understand how to play the game. We can also play movement games. And one of the games we're working on with Concordia and with Emma is we're offering a modern dance class online. And so that game is this. So you would go to Move and Play. And here, I'm going to open up my camera. Oh, I didn't give it permission. Allow. Okay. Here we go. My camera's open. Oh, but it's seeing mango. Hello. Hello. And so you could see that you could, everybody could join in their window, and Emma could have a videotaped class that you can follow along with, or we can have a live class, and we're going to be doing some of this in our research. And Emma's made some very beautiful modern dance pieces that it's not jazzercise. It's not the YWCA's course where you're sitting there listening to bad music doing this. It's actually beautiful dance. Emma, this is Emma. Do you want to say hi to everybody? Yeah. So we're going to be doing live classes and canned classes. And so you can do it right here in Able Village. So we're about done here. I guess what I would like to say is that as we continue designing for Able Village, we're going to move from these simpler games that you've been playing here, although you see they can be quite fun. You could play Pictionary, right? You could draw and people could guess what you're playing. But we're going to be adding some games. One is called Sound Painter that our colleague Celine Latulippe is making in Manitoba. And in that game, you make sounds and the painting draws according to the sound. Very interesting. We've got colleagues in Halifax that are making a virtual reality golf game. So then you would need VR goggles, but there are very cheap VR goggles that you can buy as well. And then in New Brunswick, they're making an augmented reality card deck game. So you could be mailed some cards and you could take pictures of them and you'll be playing in like an interface where it looks like you're holding cards. Like you'll have cards pop up and you'll see your cards here and then the people you're playing with will have their own cards at their remote place. Anyway, these are some of the games we're working on. We're going to make a jukebox, we think, so you can play karaoke with your family and friends across the village. And we're going to redesign this so that it's a village with different kind of spaces, like a park where you could have a Tai Chi class, a library where you could sign on and give workshops yourselves, an arcade where you can go play some of these games. So that's the future of Able Village, and that's what we're working on now. So we did it. It's 3:30. I honestly couldn't have done it without you because you helped me to understand the rules of the game. Thank you so much. This was really fun. And if you're interested in the research, we do have opportunities for participation here at Concordia and through RECA and just more broadly. You could pop in and test any of the games in our whole network. So if you're interested, you can email me or you could email Kim, or you can also play this game and click the feedback button and you could fill out a little bit of a review form to give us some ideas about other games that we could make. That's it. Thank you so much. Thanks to everybody online. Thank you, Zeph. Thank you, Lina, Ruth, and JW, and everyone else online. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you to Paula for coming into ForSpace today and activating this wonderful workshop. And thank you to all of you here and online for your contributions. That was great. For those of you here and online, please stay put because after just a short transition, we're going to be moving into our next event, the last one for the day. We have some student presentations.